fourth key is this: you cannot build a life of freedom with the bricks of limitation. Before you rise, you must uproot. Before you construct, you must demolish. Destroy the lies you've made into truth. They are not yours. They are inherited, absorbed, or imagined, but they are not you. So I want to ask you a question. What principles do you live your life by? Because most of us have been taught so many lies when we were young. And it's not necessarily because the people who taught us were bad, but they were projecting their fears and their insecurities onto us, right? So maybe in school you were told that you're too loud, that loud people never make it in life, that you have to be humble, and maybe humility was equated to poverty or lack of or mediocrity for you. Or you've been told that you're not good enough, you're not beautiful enough, no, you're not tall enough, you're not short enough, you're not big enough, you're not small enough, you're not smart enough, you are not enough. You are not from a good background, so you amount to nothing. Or you're different, so then your difference would sort of scar you for life. What lies were you told to? I would link the previous episode that I spoke about our mental conditioning and how we're conditioned mentally, and then you can look into that. But basically, we are conditioned in 3 ways: through words, through modeling, and then through specific incidents. And like I said, there's more information on that in that video. But I want to ask you, because you see, when you hear people's words, they can become your truth. So what lies have you heard or have you said that have now become your truth? And that's what today's episode is about. So the scroll said, your mind is not a museum for old wounds. It is a battlefield, and every day you must win. What you believe either builds you or buries you, and what you refuse to confront, you quietly obey. So the scroll gives a powerful exercise, and I want you to incorporate it today. So write each limiting belief you have. Then one by one, dismantle them. Bend their origins and break their spell. So she did. Limiting belief, I'm too late. Origin, years of comparing myself to mates who had made it. I am right. The truth is I am right on time for my divine appointment. My story unfolds at my pace, not theirs. Another example, limiting belief. If I fail, I will prove them right. Origin, fear of confirming every doubter's voice. Truth, failure is not proof of weakness. It is the evidence of courage. To try is to triumph. Limiting belief, I don't deserve abundance. Origin, years of surviving, internalizing struggle. Truth, abundance is my birthright. I am not here just to survive. I am here to thrive. This is an exercise I want you to do personally. Sit down and think about what is preventing you from living the life that you want to live. Is it like in Asantua's case, you think you're too late? Do you think that you're not good enough? Do you think that you're not worthy of what you desire? Do you think the freedom that you're looking for is not for people like you? Do you think a fruitful, flourishing, happy marriage is not for people like you? Do you think a successful career that is filled with fulfillment and passion is not for people from your ethnicity or your background or your race? Sit down and be honest with yourself. What limiting beliefs are you telling yourself? What lies are you telling yourself? When you write it down, it loses the power it has over you. So write the limiting belief and write the origin. Something like, maybe a fruitful marriage is not for people like you. Maybe you grew up seeing violence in home. You grew up seeing your mother move from partner to partner, or you grew up seeing violence, like your mom being abused. So those are things that you've internalized, and now they've become your truth. So now you think that every relationship should be like that. It should be violent. It should be one that you're not safe. It's not peaceful. It's degrading, because that's what you've gotten to the point to believe is your truth. Or like the scarcity mindset, money and wealth is not for people like me, luxury is not for people like me, because you grew up seeing poverty, you grew up seeing scarcity, you grew up seeing maybe your parents struggling to make ends meet. Sometimes you even went to bed hungry. So those are things that have conditioned you to believe that that is the reality, but that is not reality. That is a limiting belief that you have internalized and has become your truth, but that is not the truth. So this exercise, I want you to sit down, paper and pen, free from all distractions, and just write the limiting belief, the origin, and then the truth to combat it. Or like I'm saying, maybe you're saying, I'm not smart enough. And it's because you were in school and maybe you didn't do good on an exam and your teacher told you that you're dumb or you're not smart enough or you amount to nothing. You have internalized it and that has become a belief that is keeping you limited and stuck. So the scroll went on. You are not your past. You are not your programming. You are the author now. Rewrite the narrative. Reclaim the pen. And let your truth roar louder than the lies ever whispered. Your truth is that you have seeds of greatness in you. Your truth is that you were made for more. Your truth is that whatever you desire, you truly deserve. Your truth is that you deserve a fulfilling, happy, nurturing relationship. You deserve a life of luxury, of abundance, of affluence. You deserve what you truly desire. That is your truth. So you need to rewire your mindset to let that become your truth instead of the lies you've told yourself. And that is what, so like my first book, Conquering, there's this chapter I write about an elephant in India called Daphne. And as a baby elephant, her leg was tied to a stake in the ground. So as a baby elephant, she tried to move it a couple of times and she was unable to do it. So she just gave up and just believed that she cannot take the stake out. So she grew up to become this huge elephant and she's still tied to that little stake in the ground because in her mind, she cannot take it out. Meanwhile, literally as a big elephant, she can just push her leg and the whole stick will come out. But because she's been conditioned to believe she can't do it, she has still stayed in that same position, even though right now she's 10 times her size as she was. And that's how it is with most of us. As kids, we are taught, trained to believe certain things about ourselves and our abilities. We are trained to believe that we're not good enough, that good things don't happen to people like us, that we're not worthy of what we seek. And as adults, we've carried those beliefs and now those beliefs have become our truths. And then we are living our lives in accordance with that truth. Because as human beings, we live in accordance with how we see ourselves, right? We live in accordance with our self-identity or our self-belief. What you believe about yourself is how you act. So if you believe that you're worthy of wealth, of affluence, of luxury, you act like that. If you believe that you're not worthy of it, you act like that. So I want you to rewire your thinking. What lies have you been told, or what even lies have you told yourself that have now become your truth, that are now keeping you stuck like the elephant in India? So, and sometimes it's also because we want to align to the status quo. Conformity is easy. If we're all wearing black and you wear white, you stand out. And when you stand out, you're criticized, you're scrutinized because you're the only one out. You're like a sore thumb. Everyone sees you and everyone talks about you. So conforming to the status quo is very, very easy. But you were not created to conform. You were created to stand out. God did not create you to conform. God did not create you to toe the line of the status quo. God created you to build, to create, to stand out, to let your gifts and your talents and your abilities to be known. Thinking independently and making unconventional choices requires effort. It requires critical thinking. And most of all, it requires courage. I was speaking at an event once and a young lady came up to me and she's like, I want to be like you when I grow up. I want to talk. I want to write books, but I'm afraid. How do you do it? And I said, it takes courage. It really does take courage. Even to sit behind the camera, it takes courage because you fumble, you make mistakes. But I think one of the things that I have learned is no one is perfect. Anyone you see doing something so effortlessly today didn't start this way. If you see Pablo Picasso's last painting, it was very different from his first painting. If you see Mozart's first composition, it was very different from his last composition. That is the essence of growth. You won't look at a baby, and no one is born at 100 years old or at 50 years old, a full-grown man. No, you're born as a baby, then you become a toddler, you become an infant, then a toddler, then a child, before a young adult, before an adult, before you go. That is the essence. It's a journey. So don't think that because you tried something once and it didn't go as planned, you are a failure. Or because you went into a relationship and it was abusive or wasn't good, you are not worthy of a good relationship. No. You need courage to fight for the life that you want, but it is possible. The courage to stand out of line, to not conform to the status quo, the courage to stand in the arena and actually fight. That's the essence of this book. It's that you're not going to live life on the sidelines. You're going to be in the arena and fight. You will throw punches and some punches will be thrown at you, but that is the essence of it. You're not here to conform. You're not here to tiptoe through life. You're here to thrive. You're here to create masterpieces with your life that God has given you. And that is the essence of today's episode. And the last thing I want to talk about is authenticity. So authenticity isn't just about telling the truth or being honest with others. It's about aligning your inner world with your outer world. It's the alignment between your values, your passions, your actions, and your words. Authenticity is a magnetic force that draws people to you. When you show up as your true self without apologies, without pretending to be something you're not, you send a powerful signal to the world. I'm worthy of love, success, and connection just as I am. And that is so true. So I was listening to someone and he said that, like, let's say you have a GPS, you're going somewhere. The first thing that the GPS will ask you is, can I use your current location? Most of us are not honest about our current location. We're honest maybe about our destination, but not our current location, because our current location is filled with lies. It's filled with trying to please people. It's filled with keeping up with the Joneses. It's filled with trying to paint a picture of someone we're not. It's time to reclaim your power. But to reclaim your power, you have to know who you are. Who are you? Devoid of all the lies that have now become your truth. Devoid of all the people pleasing, trying to keep up with people you have no business keeping up, trying to compare yourself with others. Who are you? What are your values? What are your beliefs? What are your passions? What is your purpose? What are your gifts and your abilities? To be successful in life, to live an extraordinary life, you have to be honest with who you are. You have to be honest with your present location so that the GPS can take you to the right destination. So you have to be authentic. So in a nutshell, what limiting beliefs do you have? What lies have become your truth? And like I said with the exercise, list them down, list the origin of them, and write their rebutting truth. And also, you were not made to conform to the status quo. You were not made to stand in line. You were not made to toe the line that was set in front of you. You were made to thrive, to be extraordinary, to walk in your power and to walk in your purpose. And in order to do that, you have to be authentic to who you are, to what you hold dear, to what you value, to what you're passionate about, to what is in alignment with your purpose. Because if you lived your life based on my script, you would have failed at your life. And if I lived my life based on your script, I would have failed at my life. So the essence of it is to be authentic to who you are, and let go of all those lies and all those limiting beliefs. That's it for today. I'll see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye, guys.